Nation of praises. It's only a matter of time before the remnant of Israel wakes up and we rise. We come from a bloodline of priests, sold into captivity. Father, break these chains off me, make me free. In time ambition, 2024 AD. Live from the belly of the beast, Babylon. Should we stay, should we flee? In time's ambition.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. On a thankful Thursday, trees of righteousness. Right back, baby.
Right back at you.
Shalom.
Man, I'm excited for Passover coming up. Camp, Chief.
Yeah. Oh, we just a few T-minus a few days, you know what I mean? Your mic on a little low, King.
It's low?
What? Or something. It might be muffled or something. A little bit.
What that is.
It's all good. Maybe you know what I mean?
I'll check on that.
Kind of. Shout out to the chat. We got Brother Bill, Sister Hannah in the chat. Shalom, shalom, shalom to Israel. The 12 tribes scattered abroad, baby. Hey, man, we just a few days away. Just a few days away from the Passover. My goodness. All praise to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we need to go ahead and start this out by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, you know, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I am Captain Jehu.
Shalom, shalom. I'm Chief Yamea. Shalom, shalom.
Kind. We are the trees of righteousness, baby. Yeah, we got a good one today. We're gonna bring out the origin of the Passover. Why we gotta keep it? What is it about? You know what I mean? What's the significance about it? You know, we're gonna bring that out today and clear up some questions, you know. And we're looking forward to fellowshipping with the Aki and the Akwa. All praises to the Most High. That's right. Yeah, not some of it, not a portion of it. All the praises belong to Yahweh.
Man, I tell you what, it was some more sad news for Israel, man, to see that sister in that Uber go up there to pick up that package against that damn devil at Ohio, man, and he shoot her like that, man. It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, it's always something. Man.
It's always something, man. My Lord, bro. That little lady was just doing her job, man.
Yeah, it's always something. And Esau, you know, Esau just the Most High put that spirit on Esau though. Esau blank out and just do what he supposed to do. You know, an old ass man, he ain't even thinking, damn, I'm gonna have to go and lay it down. I'm gonna have to go and lay it down with some of these niggas in there too. Once I do this, you know.
That's unfortunate, man. That bless her heart. Had it on video. She was petrified. She was scared, man.
Man.
Just goes to show you the hate that these people have towards God's people, man. It's an unquenchable. It's a perpetual hatred.
Yeah. To me, it's just like the Matrix when, you know, the regular people, those Smiths, they can jump in and out of them at any time. You know, that spirit, it stay in Esau. You know what I mean? Esau is his doorway, Satan's doorway. So, you know, that could happen anytime, anywhere. You know what I mean? Around these Edomites, you never know. That's why it's good to, you know what I mean, stay away from them. Stay from around them. Shalom. Shalom, Malcolm.
Shalom.
I'm trying to get me some nourishment back. I had to daggone cut my grass real quick, all that type of stuff for to get off work, man.
Right.
But all praise to the Most High. Brother Bronx said he got his staff. All praises. All praise.
Yeah, he ready to go.
Yeah, no doubt. Brother Bill got a precept there. We're gonna pull it out in a second, Brother Bill. Give me a second. And then Brother Benny and family, Shalom, Shalom. I forgot to call you right back the other day after the daggone, you know what I mean, at the track meet. Forgot to give you a call back, King. To lock you. Me and Brother Benny was having a good conversation about that live we did with J Rob. Man, yeah, and Brother Benny was like, man, hey, Brother Benny gave us some good advice, dealing with these brothers trying to get us out the spirit off task.
Yeah, I got to run into the brother when I was out shopping for some things from Passover.
That's right. I forgot you said you done met him before me. Oh, see how the spirit work?
Yeah, God.
Brother Benny, did you did he RSVP for the Passover, Brother Benny? If not, the Gmail is right there going across the screen, King. Go ahead and RSVP with us so we can get in the you know what I mean, we can take account for you and your rib, and keep the Lord's feast. Keep the Lord's feast.
Hey, I didn't know. Hey, it ain't too late. Go ahead and put in your RSVP. Put whoever you want to bring. You bring your rib with you. Yeah. Go ahead, RSVP.
All praise.
Right.
Brother had a good praise report too, man. Brother said Most High removed $15,000 worth of debt. You know what I mean? That's something to shout about. Good gracious.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Most High. Hey, yeah.
He working.
Yeah, man. He do his thing. He do his thing, man.
Yeah, you always gotta be thankful. That's what it's called. Thankful Thursday.
That's right. Thankful Thursday. There you go. That's something to be thankful for, And the Most High do that by and by, you know what I mean? Giving us, building our faith, He don't just put it all on us at once. He do things, you know what I mean? Take it off. He put it on, then he take it off of us one at a time.
Yeah.
All praise.
He ain't gonna put you in something that he ain't got plans to get you out of.
Right.
He's gotta ensure that you seek him and that you stay in the path of the way so that he can lead you.
Right. It's just like learning how to swim. You know what I mean? Especially when you a kid, you don't trust it, you know what I mean? And your daddy or your mom, whoever teaching you, they put you out there and you like, no, you know what I mean? And then you finally, you know what I mean? You finally balance yourself and you finally understand, okay, I can float. At first you was doing all of that. Now you can float, you still. Now you used to it a little bit. Now you backstroking and all that now. You know what I mean? Off the diving board. That faith, man, that's a perfect example of faith. Learning how to swim. That's one of the scariest things you can do if you don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Real.
Man, I remember the first time. Yes, I was just holding on to the wall.
Yeah.
And then one of the swimming instructors was like, "You gonna come out here and just grab me?" I'm like, no.
Yeah, eyes big.
No, I can do it. And then she's like, "You just swam to the side." I'm like, "I did." Okay.
Right. Oh man.
I don't catch a cramp.
Oh, you got cramp, you in trouble.
It's trouble.
Oh man. Man, that's something else.
Yeah. Man, but yeah. All praise to the Most High. We in the house, baby. We in the house. Let's get that let me get that numbers 9 and 1 through 4 for Brother Bill.
This is Numbers 9 on that verse 1. Okay. And it reads, "And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they came out of the land of Egypt, saying, that the children of Israel also keep Passover at his appointed season." Oh, we about to get all into this, Brother Bill. We about
Jumping
to
the gun, ain't
You trying to steal our thunder.
it? Brother Bill's trying to teach too.
Hey, you trying to teach? Hey, come on out to camp with us.
Right.
Come on out to camp.
Right.
You throwing all the precepts.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you read those precepts. Hey, you got something you want to talk about? Bring it out.
Yeah, get feet wet,
Whatever. Come on out, man. But tonight, go ahead. What you gonna say, Cap?
No, I was about to tell you what we're gonna go over this in the lesson.
Right. That's
so
right.
We'll save it, brother Bill.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna give you the origins of like why we're going through Passover and like what came up to the events so that Passover is even a thing. Because there's a whole line of events that lead all the way up to what we call the Passover and why we keep it in them as a memorial.
Okay.
Like it's because like the things that we do right now, and you'll if you come to the feast day, you're gonna hear me say this. You're gonna hear another brother say. You probably heard brother say this 100,000 times, right? 144,000 times. hey, we're just here practicing the righteous act.
That's right.
Like it. I'm gonna get that in Judges 5 real quick.
That's right.
This is Judges 5:11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of the villages of Israel. Then shall the people of the Most High go down to the gates.
Yeah.
See, that's just saying, like in the places like where you're in servitude and you're in captivity, in those places, we're gonna be practicing the righteous acts of the Most High.
That's right.
He gave us to this, and this is towards all of our people. This isn't just for the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Dan, Ephraim. It's for all Israel. This is for all of us.
He brought all of us up out of there. You know, we was in the seed of somebody that walked up out of Egypt. All praises to the Lord. So it's our feast. You know.
That's right. That's right.
What a mighty thing.
Hey, can't wait to get into the lesson, really, because this lesson is gonna lead up. It's leading up to Passover. So this is something you can carry in your spirit and that you can think about as we're going through or practicing the righteous acts for Passover, because that's what we're doing. It's not exactly how they were holding in Jerusalem back in the day, but we practicing it to the best of our ability.
That's right.
And we don't have a farm or trusted people where we can get a lamb without blemish, you know.
Right.
Because we're right at that edge where you would get the lamb without blemish, and you would have to take them away from the herd, so that you could, so it could be sanctified before we prepare it. Right.
You ready to get into it?
Yeah, we might as well. We got it's about 13 minutes into the lesson or into tonight's live. So why not just go ahead and get into it? We're gonna lead you all the way up to the Passover. We're gonna start over. We're gonna start from the beginning of Exodus. Because if you don't already know what was going on in the land of Egypt, we had Joseph. Hey, I'm going to tell you this. If you don't know who Joseph is, you need to go back and read about him.
Right.
What happened was, I'm just going to give a synopsis. Joseph, when he got put over almost all affairs in Egypt. The only thing he didn't do was sit on the throne. That's it.
Right.
That's the only thing he didn't do. He held power and favor with the king.
Yeah.
That the Most High set him up to save his brothers from, but and his family. And then what ended up happening, all the family ended up coming into Egypt, and then they just gave them land so that they could live on. So you had your Egyptians living here in one place, and then you had the children of Israel living in another place.
Right. That's right. So that's how we got down into Egypt in the first place. Like General was saying, you know, first brother Joseph was sold by his brothers, the other tribe. You know, Joseph is one of the 12 sons of Israel. He was sold into slavery. Joseph went into Egypt, into slavery, and you read about that story, but he comes up into power, like General said. And then once he's in the power, he brings his whole family in. So it's like I think it was 70 souls, and we'll get to that part point. But yeah, that's how we get into Egypt, just like you said, King.
That's actually, I think that's at the very end of the last chapter, right?
Yeah, I think Exodus 1 is, you know what I mean, probably the.
Okay. Yep, it does give you that about the 70 souls. I just knew it was in Genesis as well. Hey, let's. I guess we can get started from the beginning.
Yeah.
All right.
Want me to read?
Well, you can go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Just let me know where you want to go to, whatever. You know.
We'll go all the way down to from 1 to 7.
Okay. Let's bust it off, y'all. This is the book of Exodus, chapter number 1, verse number 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls. For Joseph was in Egypt already. And Joseph died, and all his brethren and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty. And the land was filled with them.
There you go. Now that just goes to show you, hey, just like Kat was saying, there's those 70 souls that went in because Joseph was already in the land. He was already ruling the land. And then it tells you that generation died off, but it shows you that they were fruitful. The Most High made them fruitful, and they multiplied, and they were mighty. It didn't just say mighty; it said exceedingly mighty.
Mm-hmm.
And it said the land was filled with them. So imagine, like when he told Abraham that you'll be like your descendants will be as numerous as the sands of the sea. There you go. It's a large number that they couldn't count.
Right. Keep going.
Oh, we can continue. I didn't know if y'all had anything y'all wanted to add in.
I don't right now.
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling then. Well, let's keep it rolling down to. We'll go down to 14.
Okay. Verse number 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
That's crazy. And all the things that went on, as we were talking like in verse 8, the king, it was the king that rose up right after all the other pharaohs, all the other kings of Egypt. And through all the righteousness that happened during the reign of Joseph and other ones, they remembered the wisdom. But when it came to this king, he forgot how in them blessing us, like they were blessed.
Mm-hmm.
But now he about to deal wisely with us. Like that goes about like when he said he was dealing wisely with us, we know he didn't deal wisely with us at all.
Right.
What wisdom was that? There was no wisdom of the Most High in that. That was wisdom of men.
Right. I mean, actually, he thought it was wise to put us in slavery and in hard bondage after, like you said, Joseph showed great kindness to the land of Egypt. If you read back in the story, they were going through famine, Joseph predicted the famine prior to it coming, and had them store up food, and people were reserved, and he was wise, and he was able to interpret dreams. But this king, you know, he came up and he said, I don't know Joseph. I don't, you know, he didn't care about none of that.
Yeah.
And decided to enslave the children of the Most High.
Right.
Big mistake.
Yeah. Big. You said it. You said it. And as we read on, you about to see how he displays his lack of wisdom, lack of knowledge, his lack of the knowledge of the Most High.
Right. Keep on.
Yeah, let's. We can go from 15 to 22.
Okay. Verse number 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then you shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. But the midwives feared the Most High, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have you done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore the Most High dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared the Most High, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born you shall cast into the river, and every daughter you shall save alive.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
He was really trying to cut off the seed of Israel.
Yeah.
He said, because he knew that he knows what we know, like in Numbers 1:18, it tells you that you know, like if your family is reckoned by the man.
Right.
He was trying to cut off all the men out the land so that only when women were born, they could take them as wives.
Right. Hey, Slaki. And that also cuts, you know, we were just talking about Amalekites, you know, they're going to try to have the Passover and what all that type of stuff, you know, but they believe that you're an Israelite or a Jew based off your mother's lineage. Mm-hmm. But all throughout the Bible, you know, we seeing that they talking about the man, the son, the seed, you know, the father, you know what I mean? And just like here, like you said, they're wanting to kill the man because we know that you're reckoned by the house of your father, you know, the seed, you know, so, not the daughters, save the daughters alive, you know what I mean? But the one that got the seed, kill him off.
Yeah. You know, yeah. And that's a great point too, because the same thing happened with Yahushua. They tried to kill him, take that seed. I mean, same thing happened to Moses right here, happened to Yahushua, right? It's smooth, man. That's smooth.
Yeah. Same, like you said, same thing. And that's one thing I always wondered though. And you know, because Yahushua, he was hid in Egypt. Well, where did John go? You know, John was 9 months older than him.
Yeah.
He was just hid.
Yeah. They had him hidden in holes.
Probably in the wilderness like that. Remember they said he grew up in the wilderness. He lived in the wilderness eating locusts and all
locusts and honey. Yeah.
So, he was used to it. You know what I mean?
Sure. This ain't new to me.
Right. Hey, you know, he a Levite too. So, you know, the Maccabees, he probably was like, hey, you know how they had to live in the wilderness. Hey, did what he had to do. Right. Back on the subject.
It's a beautiful thing, but I tell you what, a point a lot of people look over is the midwives. Yep. The midwives had the true fear of the Most High.
Yeah.
They said, imagine the president come to you and tell you got to do something like this, and you know what? Like when you don't obey him, hey, you could get ghosted.
Yeah.
I mean, in both ways. Like nobody see you again, and you could become a ghost.
Right, no doubt.
Yeah. Walking the earth, right there. But they have more fear of the Most High, like than they had of man. They said, man, they're like, yes, and he want us to do this, but I can't do that. Number one, I can't do that to my people. Like the Most High didn't tell me to do it. Like and I'm not gonna cut off my people like that. They had true love for their people.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like yes, woman be ready to have a baby or whatnot, and like yes, nah, I just get rid of that. I ain't ready for it.
Abortion clinic.
Yep. Not knowing that Margaret Sanger was racist, and she built those things up so that we could basically off ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
That falls right into scriptures telling you about killing the seed. I mean,
yeah, that's what made me think. I was like, dang, like when you think about that, like because when you said that about Yahushua, it just hit me as like, man, they wanted to kill the babies. They've been always trying to kill off our people. They always been trying to take like his. They've been trying to stomp out the seed of Israel for a long time.
The men, mainly the men, not just the men, but mainly the men. You know, because when the men gone, you ain't got no protection anyway.
That's right.
That's why the Most High made us the head. They know if they take the men out, the women, you are spoiled. You're the spoils of war. You know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're not saying that we more important or nothing like that, but like he said, like Yahushua said, if a man came to rob, what did he say? You got to first tie up the strong man. Yeah, you got to tie him up first, then you can take what you want.
Yeah, and you ain't gonna be able to do what you want when there's a strong man around.
Right,
you got to break the strong man.
He gonna cause you trouble. Like he might not be able to beat you, but you ain't gonna have an easy time at it.
Right. You got to subdue him first, and that's what they've been trying to do. That's what they've been trying to do is subdue us. You know, the men.
That's right.
The men.
Okay, we can because in the second chapter it goes over Moses being born. Like if they found him, I thought about that. I had a thing that I thought about. I like it's as you read the this account of Moses being born, like it's I'll read that real quick. Chapter 2, this is Exodus chapter 2, verse 1, and I'll just do it all the way down to 4. And it says, and there went a man out of the house of Levi and took a wife of the daughter of Levi. Because we're supposed to take people of our own tribe.
That's right.
And if we can't get people of our own tribe, at least our own people. Okay. And the woman conceived and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. Now, he hid a baby 3 months. How you hiding a crying baby for 3 months?
Man.
And this is what gets me right here. And I was talking about about my rib about this issue. I was like, yes, at this point, Moses is born. You never learn Moses' Hebrew name. You don't see where they gave him a Hebrew name.
Real name. Oh yeah. Good.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, what the mama name him? But she brought out a good point. She's like, she was probably in fear of that the baby would be killed. She didn't want to name the child. My child could be taken from me. And then you have somebody to weep and mourn for. But if you like when you don't have a name to a child, like if you're a little less attached. I was like, oh, okay, I can see that. I'm like, I can see that.
Yeah.
But it was crazy.
Yeah. Good point.
But as everybody knows, Moses was put in the water. He was put in a casket made with pitch, and then they just basically pushed him down the river. Like she probably said a prayer for protection, the Most High to protect her child, and just was like, I don't want you to go. I don't want them to kill you. They gonna find you. Gotta let you go. Gotta put you in the hands of the Most High.
Right.
Man, and that takes a lot of trust right there. You're gonna take your baby and you're gonna put your baby by the river because you know, like I'll go to the I'm kind of reading into it already, jumping down the stream. But I'm pretty sure she knew what she was doing with the Pharaoh's daughter. She probably bathed in the same spot, chills out there, because it's Egypt. It's probably hot. It probably feel real good, cool by the water. Like I know she's gonna be down there. push the baby down there, find the baby. She gonna have like it's the Most High gonna work on her heart. She gonna see a baby. She gonna love it. My baby look beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a
Hey,
good
job. Is it a scripture where it says that maybe I might be thinking about Noah's Ark? But it seemed like I thought that it said that Moses was put into an ark as well, or something to that effect. Maybe I might be conflating stuff, y'all.
I think it was. I think they talked about that in. I think it's either in Apocrypha or was it in Hebrews? It was somewhere.
I was gonna say Hebrews. I thought.
I know what you're talking about. They did say he was in Moses was in an ark. I just don't remember it off the top of my head where that was.
Yeah, don't sweat it. You keep on going, man. I'm gonna see if I can find it. But yeah, don't sweat it. I don't want to get off.
Is that when it was like what they call the brushes, the ark? What they call it that?
The boy, yeah, that little thing that she made him.
Yeah.
That's what an ark does. It just preserves. It like they preserve it like the Ark of the Covenant. It has the rod, the budding rod of Aaron, the Ten Commandments, and the ephod in it. Just like it has that preserved that, like it's just like she put him in there to preserve his life.
Right.
But I'm gonna read verse 5 and going on down, because this is gonna give you like a little bit of like how she got him, how she got Moses. This is Exodus 2 and verse 5. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the riverside. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. Now those flags are talking about just like the tall standing plants. They're not actual like flags, like we would think to today. The tall standing plants.
Right. Good point.
Verse 6. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby wept. And she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call to thee a nurse of Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. Look at that.
That sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar.
This woman took the child. Like this. The child was pushed down the river, received by Pharaoh's daughter. The Most High put it on her heart to have compassion upon this child. And then, like this, as we learn later, the sister now took like this, hey, somebody gonna have to nurse this baby. Who can? I don't know anybody that can nurse this baby. I'm like, wait a minute, I know a woman.
Hey, Miriam. Hey, that was a nice little scheme, though, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Man.
That was slick.
Yeah.
Like, I know who can nurse this baby. This woman back here, my mother, she can do that. She can nurse. And then she not only did she get to get her child back, but now she can get paid to keep her child.
Her own child, come.
Man, that's how the Most High work. Man, he set up a blessing for her.
Yeah.
You know, just reading it and just going back through it, getting the replay through it, especially when it says that seek the Hebrew woman that she may nourish the child. That's a lot what happened to the daughters of Zion here over here in slavery and captivity, how we nourish their babies for them. I mean, I don't see how you can't look at this, man, and match it straight up with modern day America and exactly what's in the New Testament, man. It just falls in place like a puzzle, man. It's beautiful, man.
That's a great point. Great point. Yeah, because that's true. Yeah, it is identical to what we did here. So why couldn't it be us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah, y'all did all of that. We was into slavery. You know what I mean? We all of the same identical points. You know,
Yeah.
They got the pyramids over here, building pyramids over there. You know, Egypt and this new Egypt, and you know, yeah, it's just too many. It's too many coincidences. You know,
It is.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Tell it, nah, it don't line up.
Just a coincidence. Yeah, it don't like. Yeah, you know, that's far fetched. It's too far. Come on, man.
Right.
You know, we were their mammies. Yeah, our parents, our mamas were their mammies, raising their kids and all that type of stuff. Yes, they got that from this. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. So, what happened after she got her child is basically like the daughter's about to name him. Verse 10, and the child grew. She brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter. So this is when Moses is growing up, and he became her son, the Pharaoh's daughter. And she called his name Moses. And she said, because I drew him out of the water. So now you know how Moses got his name. Because he was drew out of the water. That's amazing. Like you'll see that all through the scripture. Just like when you saw the naming of the children of Israel, it's after an act that was happening. That's how they were named.
Right.
Is like Yahweh means like thanking him, right?
Right.
Yahweh like you had Asher, like it's because he was happy, like he's smart, you know, Gad, you know, Dan, the judge. Then you have it, like it's because he has judged me. Go back and read that. If you ain't read about that, man, well, how they got their names, it fits, and they'll give you an understanding of how everybody in the Bible ends up getting their name.
Right.
It's an attribute, and then it ends up playing out through their whole life. That's why it's important. The naming of the name that you are given is always important. Look, if the Most High said he put his name on you, and you don't think that's important, how much more is that you got a name?
Right. You absolutely
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful naming your children, naming yourself when you come in this truth. Because I thought on mine for a while. And then the Spirit just said Hezekiah, because like it's because the Most High is, because Hezekiah means the Most High is my strength. So I was like, yep, because I ain't done nothing. I ain't made it this way through my life like it's on my own strength. It was only him. So I was like, hey, that fits.
That's right.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Name is very. Let me get that. Let me pull that out. Proverbs 22. Real quick. We'll get back on the script. Same here. Got to be real careful about the names that you get. Let me say, real careful. But it is very important. It says Proverbs 22:1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold.
Right. Yeah, because your name holds like your reputation, like it's who you are. Because my name embodies that I don't rely on my own strength. The Most High is my strength.
Right.
And that's how I live my life. Like I don't move through this life on my own strength. It's the Most High who gives me strength. He's my strength.
One more precept real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Isaiah 44:5. It says, one shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. That's us. We switching up name. We getting back to our culture. We getting back to our heritage. And that's why it's very important that we keep these feasts, and we know why we keep them. That's why we're going over these precepts. But very important. The name that you get, everything that we do from here on out is very important. Matter of fact, everything. We got to be circumspect on everything that we do.
That's right. That's beautiful.
Praise.
Hey, good point.
Shalom, Amma.
And shalom, Amma.
God.
Building. Hey, beautiful. Hey, it's beautiful to have your family here in the building. Not only the family by blood, but by tribe, by lineage.
Right. Spirit.
Right. Kind by spirit.
Okay.
Let's pick up at verse 11.
Okay.
And
Chapter 2.
yep, I'm gonna try to streamline it a little bit.
All right. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse number 11. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest you your fellow? And he said, who made you a prince and a judge over us? Intendest you to kill me as you killed the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known.
Yeah, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there real quick. So Moses done grew up like this. He knows that he is not an Egyptian. He knows that these people, the people that are being downtrodden, the ones that are being beaten, the ones that are being slaved over, they're his brother. And he sees this thing that's going on, and he said, he's like this. His spirit gets riled up. And he's like this. I can't let this happen. Just like if I saw something happen to one of my brothers, I ain't just gonna stand there idly and just man, that's his problem.
Yeah.
He felt that rise up in him. His spirit done rise up. Moses did like most people do.
Right.
And took him out. For his brother and his kinsmen according to the flesh.
That's right.
Hey, that's the love that we gotta have for each other. Hey, if somebody is mistreating one of us, we should have that same spirit. I'm not saying that you should be killing people like this, but you should be a defender of your people. You should rise up to defend your people. Go ahead, Cap.
The scripture says that we can't stand against the blood of our brothers. So we can't stand there and do nothing. So Moses was inadvertently keeping the commandments before they was given. You know what I mean? This actual commandment. Because it's going to be given to him later. But Moses was like, nah, I can't stand here and watch my people get beaten. The Lord, like he said, it was a spirit it was righteous anger that came upon him over his brethren.
Yeah, and another point to carry on with that is all people are not brethren, man. The only brethren is of the tribes of Israel. We are the brethren. If you remember the southern kingdom and northern kingdom, when with Solomon under his rule, when they began to battle, Judah knew exactly who to go get. He said, man, I'm going to go get Benjamin because Benjamites are warriors, right? But let me just read that real quick, man. In 1 Kings 12, and I'll show you at 24. Your brethren are the children of Israel. It's not the so-called white man. It's not the Indian. It's not the Amalekites. It's none of them. Your brethren, like Moses, what General them been bringing out, that wasn't just anybody out there. That was his brethren.
Right. That's
why he acted the way he acted. If it had to be an Egyptian, he wouldn't have done that. Right? But it says in 1 Kings 12, and it started 24, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, ye shall not go up nor fight against your brethren, the children of Israel.
That's right.
Return every man to his house, for this thing is from me. They hearken therefore the word of the Lord and return and to depart according to the word of the Lord. We ain't supposed to spill our own brother's blood, man. If somebody out there jumping on, and matter of fact, when you see brothers out there on the block every Shabbat teaching and everything, that's showing love to their brethren, man. They out there reaching out to the brother, man. That's love. That's real love, right? Brothers out there sacrificing their bodies, man, reaching for the children of Israel to return them back to the Most High, man. Right? Not everybody's your brother.
Hey, that's a great point. That is a great point because, oh man, I just lost my precept. That's a great point because like you said, he saw the Egyptian smiting the Hebrew. Now, if we was in the Christian church, the pastor would have to, he wouldn't stop at that point. You know what I mean? But the pastor wants you to think that everybody is your brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the Lord says, to forgive your brother, you know, and to love your neighbor and all this type of stuff. That the Lord gave the Spirit to the prophets back in that we can understand that these things have dual meanings. It's not just talking about, you know, when it's your neighbor or your brethren. It's not just talking about anybody. It's not just some ambiguous term. No, it actually has a meaning. Your brethren are the children of Israel when it comes to the Bible. Let me get and I'm just going to double down on your point, King. I'm just going to double down on your point, just in case you know, somebody still got a doubt. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, and verse number 15. It says, "Son of man, your brethren, even your brethren, the men of your kindred, and all the house of Israel, holy are they unto whom the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said, get you far from the Lord." The point in that scripture is basically the same thing Chief just brought out. Your brethren, your kindred, you know what I mean, your kinfolk, that's the Israelites.
That's right. That's right.
So Moses was there taking up for his people. Like
he sure was. He saw his brother getting handled. He was like, shit, the hell with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He jumped right in there.
Yeah.
You know,
like he posed to.
All praises, man.
That's right.
So Moses jumps in, he does his thing, and then the next day, like this, he sees two brothers out there scuffling with each other. And you know, like just like you were saying, man, don't make me Holyfield you, don't make me Tyson you. He's like, they were out there, hey, what you gonna do? You gonna do me like Moses? He's like Moses did that Egyptian. Well, I'll pull a Moses on you. And he's like, oh man, if they know about it, hey, dang, who don't know about it?
Right.
Hey, that goes back to that brawl in Alabama. What was it, Alabama?
Yeah.
See, they saw the brother getting jumped, and guess what they did? Jumped in the river, swimmed over there. Other brothers swam with their shirt. Same thing.
Both of y'all on the same. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's a perfect example too. Yeah.
That's how we should be.
Yeah.
That's an example of how we should be. He threw up the sign like it's somebody yell hootie hoo.
Oh man.
Came out of nowhere.
Man. And everybody mind clicked like, oh, like it was, you know what I mean? Some type of signal went off in their mind too. Their spirit was like, oh, everybody was on the same page.
And that goes down in history forever.
Yeah.
Even the women, even the sisters. Hey, they had 12 Moseses out there.
Yeah. The same spirit that was on Moses was on them brothers right there, man. Even that one that swam over there and pulled himself up, like Hail Mary, pulled up. That was it, man. Wow.
Man, all praise.
And you know, it's not saying being violent, but we should take in consideration, man, or protecting and loving our people, man. So we don't see stuff like that happen, man. You know, I think about that too, man. Like that stuff that happened with George Floyd and how that ain't the spirit of the Most High to stand there and see your brother get done like that and film it without interacting, man, or doing something, man. You got to have that same spirit as Moses had, man. This might cost me my life, but I'm going to save a life.
Right.
That's what it's about, man. So don't be afraid, Israel. Hey, these last days, they don't want us to build up this nation, man. They don't want to see us come together. They don't want to see us love each other, man. They don't want to see us build up our communities, man. They don't want to see us, man, become strong again, like the strong man we spoke about earlier. That's the reason why they had to break the strong man. They had to humiliate us in front of our families and stuff, man. Because if you get the strong man, you ain't got to worry about the rest of the sheep.
Right.
Like I'm saying. You can do nothing when the strong man around. Can't do
nothing. And that's great point, man. Great. I ain't gonna keep it going. But great point. They don't want to see us rise. And a lot of our people, just like you brought up the George Floyd in different situations, a lot of our people don't want to give up nothing. You know what I mean? If I jump in, if I stop, they gonna do this. I might lose my job, or I might go to jail, or I might, you know what I mean? And this and that. Look at Moses. Look what he lost.
He sure did. He gave up the whole kingdom.
He was a prince.
Gone.
He gave up the whole kingdom for one of his brothers. You know what I mean? And then you can tell, hey, that repentance was in his mind, because he was like, he came back the next day and was like, hey, what y'all doing, man? Come on, man. You know what I mean? He was a revolutionary too.
Yes,
what
it
y'all
was.
doing, man? We Israelites, man. We ain't supposed to be fighting each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And them ignorant brothers, you know, but
Kill me
man,
too.
people are scared to lose. What'd you say, Ken?
I was saying just like the brother, like, yeah, hey, what you gonna kill me too?
Yeah,
Like, man, I'm just trying to do what's best for us.
right. Now, what happened to the brother that he saved? Because the Egyptian was hitting the brother. I guess he the one that went and told. Maybe he the one that went and told
He
everybody.
went and told.
You know what I
He's
mean?
like, I don't want no part of this. I'm gonna tell them before they find out.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So
that's
Moses
crazy.
saved them. He went and told or whatever. You know,
Scared
so
of the
Moses,
oppressor.
yeah,
That
man.
oppressor.
Yeah. You never know. But I'm gonna try to go ahead through this
Yeah,
because what happens after this? Moses flees into the land of Midian. Like if you don't know who the Midianites are or who Midian is one of the children of Abraham from his second wife. No, actually that'd be like his third wife, Keturah.
T.O.R. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just reading about Gideon. We were being oppressed in the book of Judges, chapter 6.
Mhm.
Y'all read it. The Midianites. And to be honest, I was like, damn, who are the Midianites? I was thinking, I was like, who are the Midianites? And then here we go, we bumped right into it. All praises. That's how the spirit works. Yeah. Hey, they next to kin, like, you know what I mean? But they had the Lord didn't give them the promise.
Yeah. And that's what's so funny. Like, yes, and everybody say about them, like, oh, it's about the seed of Abraham. What about them?
Yeah.
Because they oppressed us too.
And Isaac.
Yeah.
So, but just so we can move ahead with the lesson, he moves out to the land of Midian. He runs into Sephora. Like, yeah, she's chilling at the well. They trying to water the flocks, get the water for the flocks. And he goes out there, he waters them for them. They hurry back to the house. And the father's like, yes, their father, who they say right here, they say Raul. Like, yes, they say the father Raul was back at the house. He's like, what are y'all doing home early? Just imagine, like, if you supposed to be working an 8-hour shift, and then you come back halfway through your shift. Yeah, like, they're like, what are you doing still here? Like,
Right.
hey, you ain't supposed to be here. You supposed to get out with the flocks. And this is what's so crazy. They said, hey, an Egyptian watered our stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, they watered the flocks. But Moses was actually a Hebrew, so that just shows you that Hebrews and Egyptians look alike.
That's right.
That's right.
Even though we look alike, we're not the same people.
That's right.
All right, so moving forward now, like this. Now Moses out there he's in the wilderness of Midian, in the land of Midian with the priests of Midian, chilling out here, and then the children of Israel start going through they start going through a whole lot more hell because of what happened. Like this, and then the Most High hears their cries. I'll read that at the very end. 23 through 25. This is Exodus 23 through 25. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed the reason of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came up unto God by the reason of bondage. So they crying because they still in bondage. The king done died. They thinking there's gonna be a change. Like, yes, no, they still in bondage.
Right.
Like,
a new president coming. You know what I mean? Like you said, they think it's gonna be a change.
Right. They had the Obama of presidents of kings.
Man,
It's gonna be a change. Nah.
Yeah, no, it just got worse.
Yeah. Verse 24. It said, and God heard their groanings and remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. If you don't know what the covenant is he's talking about, you can read that over in Genesis 17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we ain't gonna go into it just because of time, but take your time, go back and read that for yourself so that you can lock it into your mind so that you know what covenant they're talking about.
Right.
Okay. And then it said in verse 25, and God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because they cried out to him, his people cried out to him. He had respect unto them. What father, is your child crying out for you is just gonna be like, nah. threw a sigh up and looked the other way. Nah, your child crying for a reason. You're gonna be like this. What's going on? You're gonna be attentive to what's going on with them, especially if they came directly to you.
Right. And that also.
Oh, go ahead.
Salakia King. I was just gonna say that also, shows you that Christians, so-called Christians, a lot of people don't understand the Bible because, in one, it'll also say that the Lord does not have, he's not a respecter of persons. They'll bring that up real quick.
Right.
But then we're showing that what you just read, that God looked upon the children of Israel and he had respect unto them. You know what I mean? And so they don't understand that. They don't understand. They can't put those together and give you the understanding on that.
That's right. You gotta put precept come on precept, not just like, well, right here it means he don't have no respect of them. Like of anybody. Not like you don't know that shows you that you don't know the Bible.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. It's beautiful too, man, because they try to say God is not a respecter of person. Okay, what did we just read? Right. The Lord is respecting to the children of Israel, man.
Right.
They just keep trying to keep us lost in these things, man. And for you scammers, man, and most people coming in, man, getting on comment sections and everything, don't know what the hell they talking about, man. Just put the Bible down, man, because if you're not an Israelite, don't even have the guts to pick it up, man. Yep. Leave it to the children of Israel. It's our book, man.
Hey, sit at the feet of those that call themselves a Jew.
That's right.
Go sit in the
it's gonna happen anyway. That's
it is.
Hey, just learn from his people. Don't try to put your own spin on things.
Right.
I don't know if anybody wants to read this all the way through, because three is almost, you can't even lay down through 3. You gotta read through 3.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I get it.
Okay.
We're gonna start from chapter 3 from the top. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of the Most High, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will not turn aside and see, And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, the Most High called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here am I. And he said, draw not here. He said, draw not nigh here. Put off your shoes from off your feet. For the place where you stand is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the Most High of your father, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon the Most High. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of the land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now, therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppress them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you unto Pharaoh, that you may bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt.
And he said, my people, the children of Israel. Right after he just named all these other places, he said the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, but not once did he put my people amongst that.
Right.
So you know that just goes into the point that the Most High is a separatist. He separated these nations from the beginning. He didn't want them to mingle and mix, and now he's like even saying right here, hey, I'll put you in the land of all these people, like it's, but you are my people, Israel.
Salaki.
Yeah.
But
You had some cheap.
Go ahead. I'll get you out.
No, I was just going, he don't give them a title, like you said, my people. He does give them a title, but not that. Later, we're going to see that the title that he gives them is dogs. I love saying it. He gives them the title of he gives them the title of dogs. You know what I mean? He doesn't give them the title of my people, but he calls them dogs.
Yeah. God, that's great. Awesome, man. And that's true, man. People, when you begin to read this, you got to bring that separation in, man. That's why the Most High said, my people. When you read, while Cap was reading this thing, man, it said the affliction from those who oppress them, for taskmasters on them. Who does that line up with? I'm sorry, but that lines straight up with America. This is the same thing Christ is going to come and do, man, to deliver the children of Israel, man. Right? He's going to come back and get his people. Same way, what you reading today as we reading this thing, when you reading about Moses, you reading about Yahweh Shaka. He's going to come do the exact same thing for his people. To separate us, get us out of this land, man, from our captivity and from these slaves, these masters that we got here. Right? And so this is the great news. This is why it's so great to read this, man, and understand you ain't just reading this to reading this. You reading this because you're going to be living this right here, man. For real. All praises to the Most High, man.
Right. Nothing new under the sun, right?
That's right. You got Moses that was led into Egypt through a little ark bush straw. You had Christ, Mary and Joseph took him to Egypt, right? You got Moses here done fled to the wilderness. Christ goes to the wilderness and get tempted by the devil, right?
We got to go to the wilderness eventually.
Eventually.
Lay the plane right there, man. It's just, I don't know how people get to the New Testament. Everything's just new now. I don't know.
That's the trick that they gave you when they put New Testament in it. Right. It's new. This is something different.
Yeah, that's a great point, King. And the point you said, you know what I mean, ain't nothing new under the sun. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, but they trick us with that new.
Yeah, where we stop off at? 12, verse 1? I think it's 11.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, right. So we are starting at 11. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, and verse number 11. And Moses said unto the Most High, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, certainly I will be with you. Salakia. And he said, certainly I will be with you, and this shall be a token unto you that I have sent you. When you have brought forth the people out of Egypt, you shall serve the Most High upon this mountain. And Moses said unto the Most High, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the power of our fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? And the Most High said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shall you say unto the children of Israel, I am hath sent me unto you. And the Most High said moreover unto Moses, thus shall you say unto the children of Israel, the Lord, the power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations.
Because a lot of people get mixed up with that when we get to that 14. They're like, see, the Most High said his name is I am. Like this. But what he's saying, he's putting a statement, just like he's saying, like I'm that man, I'm that dude. He said, I am. He's not saying my name is I am.
Right.
Because if that was how it was, why didn't Moses go ahead and teach the people, oh, his name is I am?
Right.
You don't see that through the scripture. You see that, you see what they call the grammar, tetragrammaton. Thank you. Backwards. But yeah, that gives you that yod hey wah hey. Yeah. Like, yeah, that definitely don't read I am. It means he exists. He is.
Right.
Well, you just and Cap just read it too, and you just broke that thing down from where he said, Moses said, "What should I say unto them?" And he said in verse 14, and God said unto Moses, "I am that." Exactly what they've been calling on and been calling on for years, generations. And he said, "I'm that." Right.
Mhm.
So that's a beautiful breakdown. It speaks for itself, man.
That's right. Like it, and also with that last verse, he said, this will be my name forever. He said that I'm gonna be the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And you see that throughout the whole scripture. They
Right.
still talk about that in the New Testament.
Mhm.
So-called New Testament, huh? They can say it.
Thank you. The so-called New Testament. Let's
You
see.
back up at 16?
Actually, let's just jump down to, because basically he's just gonna tell them, hey, go to Pharaoh, tell Pharaoh I'm like is. I'm gonna come get my people.
Mhm.
Right.
And Moses is like, how Pharaoh gonna believe me? And that's when we get into chapter 4. If you want to start there.
Okay. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 4, from the top. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. For they will say, the Lord hath not appeared unto you. And the Lord said unto him, what is that in your hand? And he said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it. And the Lord said unto Moses, put forth your hand and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord power of their fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob hath appeared unto you. And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now your hand into your bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, put your hand into your bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe you, neither listen to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither listen unto your voice, that you shall take of the water of the river and pour it upon the dry land. And the water which you take out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land.
Slack God. Don't let them get past that one. I know you ain't gonna let them get past that one, man, with that leprosy as white as snow. So how does so-called white man call himself white? If he's already white, what's going to be the when he take it out his bosom? What's that going to do then if he's already white with white? I don't understand that.
It looked like this, Chief. It looked like this. Then I put it in, and I come out, and it looked like this.
I don't know how to get. I don't know how you get around that. I don't know,
Chief. It's because you don't. It's because your unbelief. Chief. You didn't. It went from white to off-white.
That's just crazy, though. And they actually believe this, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Just see, this is how it's got to be when you read and let the Spirit lead you, man. You got to open your eyes and get your spiritual eyes and see these things, Israel. Right here, these are the very things that they change and put a twist to keep us lost and everything, man. Wasn't no so-called white man back then, man, doing no trick, sticking his hand in there, pulling it out, and it's come on, man. Right, this book is too true. You can't deceive this book, man, or try to keep. Nah, man, we know the truth.
And it was hidden in them. You want to hide something from a nigga? It's hidden in this book. You know what I mean?
In the book. Niggas ain't gonna read.
They ain't gonna read.
We're gonna go clubbing.
They're just gonna take our word for it.
That's right.
Hey, we'll stop at we'll stop in the chapter right there. Because basically what happened. Actually, I want to make sure we cover this next part. Just at least a part of it, because what's going to happen next is Moses basically just says, hey, you're going to send me to these people. Hey, Moses trying to come up with excuses now. It done got too real for Moses for a second. He's like, hey, you about to send me down there? But I my words and I can't speak very well, you know. I'll be speaking like this, master. Talking to the peoples. He's like, nah. He said, hey, you know what? If you don't want to do it, hey, I got your brother Aaron. He gonna speak for you. I want to bring out that part because this is something that the people need to know and hold on to this. Start at 15 and then go down to 17.
Come. Exodus 4 and 15. And you shall speak unto him and put words in his mouth, and I will be with your mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you what you shall do. And he shall be your spokesman unto the people, and he shall be to you instead of a mouth, and you shall be to him instead of the Most High, instead of God. And you shall take this rod in your hand, wherewith you shall do signs.
See, like it's right there. He said, hey, you didn't want to do it. Hey, he gonna be the spokesman, and you're gonna be the God unto him. Like yes, instead of me talking to him, I'm gonna talk to you, and you talk to him, and now you the God to him.
Right.
Let them tell you, hey, you never been a God. Man can't be a God.
Hey man, they look at us so crazy when we say God to each other. You know what I mean? We coming back to our heritage, man. We taking it back.
That's right.
Yeah.
I used to think that was so blasphemous, man. I used to listen to Wu-Tang or whoever, and I used to be like, man, why they call it? You know what I mean? I used to think that was so blasphemous, and that just shows you I was on the not even on a level of understanding. You know what I mean? That the Lord, no type of level at all. You talk to a basic Christian, that's going to just scare them away straight up. God, you said God like that's nothing but a title.
Right.
My bad.
Hey, so let's say this real quick too. For the Levite tribe, y'all listen to this here in Knoxville. Where you Levites at, man? Y'all got a very special part in this, man. You know, this is Levites we speaking about too, right here. Moses, Aaron. Where y'all at in Knoxville? Come on, man. Let's go, man.
Haitian
priesthood. Where y'all at?
Brothers and sisters.
Haitian brothers at.
Yeah.
He just called you out. He just called you out. Where you at?
Hey, we got some down here.
He said hit the email.
Yeah.
Right. Come on out.
Come on
out.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that was brought out because just like you said, hey, we talk to each other and we say, hey, what's up, God? Like it's because David said that in one of his Psalms. He said that we are gods.
Yeah.
And then Yahweh Shai quoted him.
That's right.
Isn't it written that ye are gods?
Right. Hey, later on in this same book that the Lord is going to tell him, the Lord is going to tell Moses, I made you a God unto Pharaoh too.
Yep.
That's Exodus 9 and 1. No, somewhere around. It's somewhere around that. 7 and 1.
Yeah, you'll get that.
Yeah, I think it's 7. Is it 7? 7 and 1.
7 and 1. Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna get to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but from that, I just want to make sure I just touched on that. That's just a small part of understanding when it comes to like looking at the Bible in its totality. Like if you've done a word study on that, God don't mean the Most High God in all cases. You know, like we are gods, as it said. They write it in small. They write it in the Lord's small case for understanding purposes, but like there's no uppercase, lowercase in Hebrew.
Right.
You just have to understand. You either have the understanding of it or you don't.
Right.
Because what happens after that? Moses decides, hey, I gotta go tend to my people. The Most High spoke to me. Like he goes talks to Jethro. He's like, I'm out of here. I gotta get going. Like he has Zipporah, has his wife. They have a son. The son. Well, actually, I think you brought this up last when we were talking about the circumcision.
Yeah.
Like he was like the Most High was on Moses' head about getting his child circumcised.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you better get that done. He's like, the Most High told me to get it done, Rib. And she's like, I ain't want to take this back to my son. And then he's like, you better do that. You better take care of business. The Most High gonna be on our head. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that smoke. Literally, you don't want that smoke. So she does the circumcision. Then she takes the foreskin and throws it at her husband. Disrespectful as hell. Like, hey, you bloody man. What? You done threw my child's foreskins at me and then call me and disrespect me like that.
Yeah.
Man, hey, I rather obey God than man.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because it said the Lord was gonna, verse 24 said the Lord was looking to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
You know I mean, and so he knew, and that could have been, man, it was a bad day. He almost got hit by a bus. I know what no buses back there, but you know what I mean? They're going
almost about ran him over.
Yeah, poisonous spider right here on when he's sleeping. You got the great recluse. And, you know what I mean? Just all types of stuff was happening. He said, man, hey, man, I almost fell off a cliff. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff. And he knew the Lord was after him, you know what I mean? So he knew what he had to do.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, he circumcised. But even before that, I wanted to show you, I wanted to bring out, I don't know if you was going to stop at it, but, verse 22. I love this verse real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Exodus 4:22, it says, and you shall say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto you, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if you refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay your son, even your firstborn. So we already setting up what we celebrate. This is going to be a celebration of the Most High killing the firstborn. I don't want to jump too far ahead of brothers, his lesson, but the Lord already setting it up. He already know what he's going to do.
That's right. Yeah, so just like Cap said, hey, he's already started to line everything up for Moses to do. Now Moses just got to do it.
Right.
That's when we get into 5, like this. If you want to start at the top.
Okay. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse number 1. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord power of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Salakia, just that part right there. He's going to keep on telling Pharaoh, you know what I mean? Hey, we got to go. We got to hold the feast unto the Lord in the wilderness. And he's going to keep on telling him, yeah, we need to do this and we need to do it that way. But really, you know what I mean? He's planning on escaping with the people. And he's really telling Pharaoh it's sort of a lie. You know what I mean? It's sort of like
a little bit of guile in there.
Yeah, it's some guile in there to the heathen.
Take my people out here to have a feast. But you ain't never read that.
Yeah.
If you read this whole thing, you can't see the Most High say, yeah, tell him we're going to have a feast. Most High let him be the God of the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. The Most High, he said we're going to have a feast to him. And Most High like, yep, I just.
Hey,
he said it.
Right.
I got to get y'all out of that some way.
Somewhat. And and that's what happened to Paul later on, where he's in them handcuffs and he's telling that Edomite, what he wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Just tell him what he wanted to hear.
I wish you were like me.
Yeah. Same thing happened to Moses' granddaddy, Isaac and Abraham. They had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Lie their way out of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they said the Most High rebuke them for any of that.
No, don't happen. No. Them heathen.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let me keep on verse 2. And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go.
Right there. Thou sayest. Thou sayest. You don't know the Lord. Hey, everybody on the live, you heard Pharaoh. The Egyptians, they don't know who the Lord is.
Right.
They don't know who he is. I just had to stop that right there.
That's Chief like to bring that point out. That's his point right there. Verse number 3. And they said, the power of the Hebrews have met with us. Let us go, we pray you, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto the Lord our power, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword. And the king of Egypt said unto them, Wherefore do you, Moses and Aaron, let the people from their works get you unto your burdens. And Pharaoh said, Behold, the people of the land now are many, and you make them rest from their burdens. And Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, You shall no more give the people straw to make brick, as heretofore. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. And the tale of the bricks, which they did make heretofore, you shall lay upon them. You shall not diminish aught thereof, for they be idle. Therefore they cry, saying, Let us go and sacrifice to our God.
Let's stop right there real quick. They double down on him. He said, "How you want to? People got enough time to be going out in the wilderness. They got enough time to get their lazy butts back to work. They do some more work. You know what? Don't bring them no straw for the bricks. They gonna get their own straw for the bricks. They got too much time on their hands.
God.
That's basically what he said.
Hey, Salaki, what they making bricks for? He making it like that. This is a nationwide, like that's all they do. You know what I mean? Like they make bricks. Why are they making bricks? Good question, huh?
Yeah. Hey, think about that. People put it in the chat. Hey, if you think of something, put it in the comments of the video.
And shout out to the chat, the squad, LaBella. You know what I mean? Anybody that we haven't mentioned, shout out to the chat.
Yeah.
The water for joining the fellowship. Verse number 9. Let therefore more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words. And the taskmasters of the people went out, and their officers, and they spake to the people, saying, Thus saith Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go you, get you straw where you can find it. Yet not aught of your work shall be diminished. So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmasters hasted them, saying, Fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw. And the officers of the children of Israel, which Pharaoh's taskmasters had set over them, were beaten and demanded, Wherefore have you not fulfilled your task in making brick, both yesterday and today, as heretofore?
So what happened is that now that Pharaoh done said they done got idle, he done made them do all this stuff. Now they got extra work to do, which is causing more labor because imagine when you have everything in front of you, but now you got to go out through all the land, and not only do you not have all that you had, but you don't have all the straw. You got stubble, so it takes more stubble than it would take you straw. So you're just getting this little bit of straw trying to make bricks. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the process, but what they would do, they would get the clay, the mud, they would stomp it, and then they would throw in the straw to fortify the mud together. So that's how they made bricks. And it's a hard task. I seen that being made in real life, and that it's wild. Like because you have to work it in there until it gets real hard, and it becomes tedious to try to make a brick out of that.
You brought that up. Go ahead, Cap.
No, you got it, Ken. Go ahead.
You brought that up earlier about what nothing new under the sun. I think that was a great hit on home plate. That's a homer. Because when Cap just got done reading this, how I said he placed taskmasters over them and they didn't meet their quota, they were beaten. But guess who else that happened to? It happened to the slaves over here in America. They had, if y'all don't know y'all history when it comes to cotton fields, when they used to give us a considerable amount of weight that we had to reach at the end of the day, at the end of the shift. And if it was not reached, they will beat them. It's the same thing as saying right here.
Hey, great point right there, King.
Whole point with that.
Hey, we try to pee on the cotton to make it heavier and do certain things, man. But hey, like you said, if it wasn't like that was a good point, King. Keep on finish your point.
I'm good. Go ahead.
No. You done.
Yeah.
That was good. Great point.
I just want them to, because when they reading up, see what happens is because of Christianity has been forced on us in that religion, we're not able to see through the eyes of the Most High. But when the truth is done, came out and the Lord and woke up the children of Israel. Now when we read it, we reliving it. We can see it now. We saying, oh man, this happened to us. That didn't happen to them. Brothers, the little kids they had out there and stuff, man. They didn't come, they hold their hands out, man. They'll take them boards and and they just start beating them, man. Whipping them across the back because they didn't reach that quota. They even got a movie out to help you on that. What's that? I think 12 Years of a Slave or something. She was constantly getting the fastest. She would fill up a sack faster than all of them. And then at one point she had to turn it over to the one because she didn't want to get beat no more. That's when we reading that right here. So that was a great point to bring that precept out and say nothing's new under the sun. They might tell you that. Christianity might tell you, no, it's done away with. No, this was played already again. It's done again, right? That's just the point.
And the taskmasters was getting beat because they couldn't fulfilling their quotas. And you know what I mean? And think about it. If you had to go out to get the straw and you ain't even find the straw, you got to get stubble. Like he said, it's taking longer. It's more tedious, and you putting in overtime. So you doing all of this stuff, and it's all because Moses and Aaron decided to open their big mouth. You know what I mean? So I know everybody's mad. Think about it like if you really in there, because you know, I know if the taskmasters was getting beat, they was beating somebody else's butts. You know what I mean? And it was just the pressure was coming on down. So, you know, these brothers, they fighting each other and mad at each other and stealing from each other. And you know what I mean? Oh, you got my stubble. You got my, you know what I mean? That's my spot. Hey man, it was probably all types of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Imagine what was going on there.
Man, yeah. Come on. Brother Bill said history repeats itself is biblical. Yeah, that's basically the same thing. Come. So, all our life we had to fight. Don't bring no color purple reference in here, man.
Right. Hey, look, I'm gonna clean that up with some Deontay Wilder. To this day. That's how they still do us like that to this day.
Hey, that was a good sound bite on him too. God.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, now what's basically what's about to go on? Just like Captain J, who just pretty much explained, the people see what Moses got going on. He come out of Pharaoh and they're like, hey, why you doing all this stuff? Nobody told you to speak for us. They're making it work. You actually making it worse for us. You're not making it no better for us. Yeah. You're making it worse for us. So whatever you're doing, just stop it. But Moses said, hey, I got to keep doing what the Most High had me to do. He said, hey, sometimes in this life, we got to go through struggles like this to make it better, even though it might not look like it's better. Like brothers go out into the streets on the Sabbath day to talk to our people, to bring our people out of the mindset that America has put them in, but they will fight against us and be like, nah, you making it worse for us. Get online. These brothers are out there yelling today. Christians get online. The Israelites are yelling at people. But what are we yelling to the people?
Yeah.
What are we yelling to the people? To repent. To change, to come back to the Most High. That's what we're yelling at the people.
They got white people kissing their boots. They got the white man on the knee. He telling the white man that he going into slavery. You know what I mean? And I seen Captain Tazariak, another Hebrew Israelite, well known, big brother Tazariak, and he was supposed to be cool with what's the guy name?
That radio host guy,
Blueface, his producer.
Shucks.
I
can't say his name.
Whack 100. Yeah. And they cool, but then hey man, you know what I mean, man, what y'all gonna do when them white folks come from down the hill, up in the mountains, and they got all of them militias and guns and all of this type of stuff. You know what I mean? What y'all gonna do then, man? You gonna get some people hurt and all of this type of stuff because y'all got them kissing y'all boots. Buck dancing Negro, man. You can't tell them nothing, man. They just want their status. They don't want to get out of this thing. Even if they know it's the truth, just keep it consolidated, keep it sealed up. Don't tell nobody nothing, They just want us to just remain in this situation, man. They're scared.
Yeah.
Captivity.
Yeah.
Like you say, hey, I heard somebody say, you don't want to see me be great.
Yeah.
You don't want to see me be great. That's what it is.
They don't. Man.
That kind of it's y'all remember that one? I can't remember that one guy that came out and talked about when he went to prison. They took him to a cotton field. And he said when he was telling them, y'all crazy as hell, I ain't about to pick no cotton, them days gone. And he said the other brothers was like, man, you don't talk to them like that.
Yeah.
Boy, you better get out here and pick. They good. You're going to make it hard for all of us.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, they'll whoop you. He said the police want it. He said they'll whoop you. If you don't get out there and do what you got to do, the other inmates going to whoop you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. Man.
Let's see. Let's read.
We traded the cotton. We traded the straw for cotton.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Let's just so we can because we're running a little short on time, and I want to make sure we get this lesson out before we go into the Passover. Hey, we about to shorthand this real quick until we can get to Moses and the miracles, because
we might have to do a little follow up. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, the Shabbat or something live if y'all want. You know, but or if we can get it in now, it's all good. But you know, I'm down for that.
Because we can talk about, because basically what's going to happen is that Moses and the Most High, they start talking like he's like, these people don't want to hear me. He tells them, hey, Moses, Aaron, y'all gonna have to do y'all thing. Like they ain't gonna believe me. And then he's like, hey, then you gonna go to Pharaoh, and we're gonna make these wonderful, we're gonna make some miracles happen before their eyes. Mm-hmm. That's when we get into like chapter 7. Okay, let's go into let's start at the beginning of 7.
And Salakia, real quick, I just want to bring out a point. Also, Exodus 6:3, it says, "And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of the Most High Almighty," or the Power Almighty. God Almighty. Let me say that. That's right. But by my name Yahweh was I not known to them. You know what I mean? So yeah, he is Yahweh. There's his first name, and I'm sure in the Hebrew, it would actually, you know, in this book it says Jehovah, but we know there was no J there. So that's the appearance of Yahweh right there in the book of Exodus. Right. Now you said 7 from the top.
Yeah. Glad you brought that out. Like it, I was trying to bring it out at the lesson, but hey, tonight that we got it going on.
Right.
We in it.
Yeah, we there. Yeah, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 7 from the top. And the Lord said unto Moses, see, I have made you a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother shall be your prophet. Yeah. You shall speak all that I command you, and Aaron your brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them. So did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh.
We stop right there. Just to cap that up, because a lot of people don't understand. Like, this is the Most High telling them what's going to happen. He didn't say that Pharaoh just not going to listen to you. The Most High is saying right there, I will harden Pharaoh's heart.
Right.
Like, Pharaoh had no free will to do whatever he wanted to do.
That's right.
Most High said, I'm going to harden his heart and he ain't going to let y'all go. Like this. And all of this was just to show his power, which we'll see later on.
Right.
Yes. Moses, like this. Moses goes in, like this. The rod is turned into a serpent. Like this. Pharaoh's like, my magicians can do that too.
Yeah.
Like, we can do that too. Boom. Like this. Hey, here we go. The wise men or the sorcerers, they do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like this. And then this is what's so funny about that whole part. It says when they did it, they cast down their rods, right? So Moses had his snake already out, or his serpent already out as the rod, and then they make their snakes, and then the Most High just in the power, just to show the power that was given to them, their snakes got ate up by the one snake.
Right.
Their snakes got ate up like this, and it reads. I'll read it real quick in 11. And Pharaoh also called the wise men and sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with their enchantments, for they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. Here it goes. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. So his snake, his serpent, ate up all of theirs. Okay. And they thought they had some power, like because they had numbers. Nah, it's the power of the Most High.
That's right. That's right.
And then when he seen that, Pharaoh's heart got even harder. He's like, He's like, it basically pissed him off. And he's like, nah, you're gonna outdo my magicians. Now I ain't letting y'all go. I don't care about what I just saw. Next thing you know, hey, just like the Most High said, hey, I'm gonna turn like this. Hey, I hardened his heart. Guess what we're gonna do now? Like if you're gonna take the water, you're gonna come up, you're gonna take the water, and when you pour it, it's gonna turn to blood. So all the water that was found in the land turned to blood. We can read that like it's yeah, we started 17.
Hey, Salakia, real quick. I want to throw this in there for that point too. How you just got reading about the Lord's army. Israel, the Lord's army is his camp.
I was going to bring that part out too.
Enlist yourself in the Lord's army down here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Come and join the camps. That's his army, right? And we can read about that in Joshua 5:13. We can get it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get one in Joel 2:11. I read it just to make the point cross that his army is the camps. You got to get to these camps, man. Watch this. This is Joel 2:11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great.
Right.
Hey, you want to enlist in the Lord's army? Join the camp. Go ahead, guys. You got it.
Perfect. Yeah, I wanted to highlight that part too, man, because the Lord looked. That's why he called him the Lord of hosts. He's a host of his armies in heaven. He's a man of war. That's Exodus. What is that? 3? Not Exodus. 15:3.
Yeah, you got it.
15:3. Yeah, he's a man of war. In Exodus 12:51, it says, well, I ain't gonna jump there, but he looks at us like armies. You know what I mean? We are armies. He's going. Everything's decent and in order, just like an army. You know, you got to have your bed made up. I mean, I know. You know what I mean? I was. You know what I mean? In that, the Lord want everything to be done decently and in order, just like that. Ranks and
that's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's beautiful.
That's right.
So where were we in? 7. You said 17, right?
Yeah, 17.
Verse number 17. It says, thus saith the Lord, in this you shall know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying to Aaron, take your rod and stretch out your hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so, as the Lord commanded, and he lifted up the rod, and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants. And all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river. And there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as the Lord had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled. After that, the Lord had smitten the river.
That's just going to say, and the Most High said it's going to happen. He made it happen. And one thing I don't know if people pay attention to, or if anybody's ever seen that, the Prince of Egypt movie. You ever seen that, the Disney Prince of Egypt?
I heard. I never seen it though.
I seen it a long time ago. Anybody that's seen that, you know, the whole time they made Moses perform all these things, but it was actually Aaron that did everything.
Yeah.
That just shows you they didn't really pay attention to that. Moses was there, but Aaron was the one that was doing he was performing all the actual miracles.
Con, that's in verse 19.
Yeah.
Aaron, take your rod. Con.
Yep.
That's why his rod is the one that's in the ark.
Yep. The budded rod of Aaron.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll get to that lesson one day. We'll talk about the ark and everything. That'll be a beautiful lesson.
Oh yeah. So we had chapter 8.
Right. And that's when we get the plague of frogs.
Yeah.
Like it's throughout the land, which I know that had to be horrible. I like it. Not that like it. I don't have anything against frogs, but for frogs to be for anything to be everywhere at all the time,
yeah,
I'd be bothered.
Yeah. Frogs too, they ain't the cutest of creatures.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay. I mean, I used to like frogs, little turtles and stuff, but yeah. You know, I'm sure there were big frogs, little frogs, yellow frogs, and like a Dr. Seuss book. You know what I mean? You're like, hold up, man. One or two is okay, but damn, these mothers everywhere.
Everywhere. That was basically like that's what you see in 8. And then one of the ones we were talking about also happens in there when he turns the dust of the earth.
Oh,
the life.
Nice, yeah.
Oh my! I don't know how I would live through that.
Hey, and before I meant to say that when we was talking about the taskmasters. Hey, if you're reading this story, you got to remember these are Hamites that is doing this to us. These are so-called Africans that are doing this to us. You got to remember that. These are the ones that was beating us down, you know what I mean, and had us out in the fields and finding the straw and all of that type of stuff. That's who was doing that to us, not the white. This was daggone the Hamites doing this to us at this time.
And that's a great point. I wish we would have brought that out too. We talked about it because this is how you know that we ain't Africans like them. Right. They are after they was beating us, and like you said, man, that's a very great point. People need to realize and understand. You don't do your own people like that, rigor and violence, and you don't do that to your own people, man. Right? There's a difference that the Lord put between the Hamites and Israel, man. We are different, man, and they know it. So that's a great point, man. Got all about that, and that was good. Very good.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk, like they say.
Yeah, that was good.
Right. After that, I couldn't imagine just lice crawling all over you, man. I hate I'll get a piece of some dust to touch your neck. You like, imagine just actually creeping, crawling things. Nah.
You know, we don't even really have to worry about it for the most part, you know. But the white cat, I don't know what it feels like, but I can just imagine it don't feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I can just, I'm sure it don't feel good at all. Ugh.
Right. They bite.
They bite.
They bite. Lice bite.
Yeah.
So they not just crawling and just got things crawling all over. They biting too.
I was looking at a brother the other day. they were bringing this out, and they were saying how scientists can't tell where lights come from. The earth, the farthest back they can trace it is this story. Like the Lord might, I guess the Lord invented lights, but it's, you know what I mean? They can't tell you where lights come from.
Wow.
To me, I ain't never heard that.
Yeah. Oh, Shalom, Judy, in the chat. Yeah. So that's Shalom. But yeah, man. Yeah, that hey, the Lord know what to do. He knows just what to do, make you feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Shoot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then after that, you did the swarm. We had where you had the swarm of the flies through the land.
Yeah.
Man. Not that you just got hit with lice. Now you getting hit with another set of insects.
Man, you had frogs, then the fish stunk, then the frogs everywhere. Oh man, I'm frozen up. Come on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so you had all of that different stuff going on. The fish, the frogs, lice. You know what I mean? Now we got what was you saying, King? What's the next one? The flies.
The flies.
Man, you ever been trying to just chill or something and flies just, man, especially in the summertime. Oh my God. You talking about irritating. My goodness. It seems like they bite too.
A horsefly will bite you.
Man.
Horseflies will bite you.
The Lord knows exactly what to do.
And still, after all these plagues, Pharaoh's still like, nah, I ain't letting y'all go.
Okay.
And then next, what happened is that the beasts of the field start dying.
Okay.
But what's so funny about this? This all happened to the Egyptians during this time period. It didn't happen to our people. This is what's happening to us. The Most High made what we call a Goshen, or He made an area that we can prosper and live in, free of these things. Like He made an area where the enemy was now being oppressed by the earth, and we were safe from all of this.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
That just shows you the Most High, He'll protect His people.
Yes,
even though you might be afraid to move forward in a situation, something that may look that it could cause harm, or you could have loss of your job, or you could lose loss of loved ones. The Most High always has a plan.
That's right.
Like it says, all things work for the good of them that love Him.
Okay. Amen. All praises, man. Amen.
That's right.
Amen.
Then after that play, did you have something you want to add in, Chief?
That's a very good point, man. That's a very good point, man. Right? Most High does. I think on that last thing we talked about, it goes right in along showing who in Daniel 2:21 we brought out in that last one to J-Rob about the Lord sets up, breaks down, sets up. That's just His ability and His magnificent that He does, man. You the only one that can does that. And sometimes when we going through some things and stuff, it's down another road, another area where the Lord wants you try, He'll put you to the test, man, for something new that He can only one bring you out of. Remember, we can never bring ourselves out of anything. We always have to depend on who? The Most High. And that's how He created us was to depend on Him and no one else, not even ourselves, Israel. We got to always depend on Him. Great point. Great point.
Hey, that's a good point, right? Hey, we leaned on the Most High to protect us during this time, because all these different plagues was going on. You don't hear any of them happening to Israel. It's only happened to the Egyptians. And that's how powerful He is.
Exactly. To make them doing all that and protecting them that's crazy. Mm-hmm. That is awesome, man. I'm sorry, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, and among all these things, like we still got other plagues. We got next they came up with the boils and the blisters. They had that. Boils and blisters actually physically hurt. They don't just look bad. They feel bad. I had a blister on my foot from we did a march when I was in the military. We did a march. I had this blister on the side of my foot. It was, when you had to walk on it, it was horrible.
Dang.
I thought, I was like, man, I'm gonna drain it and it's gonna be all right. Nah, it still hurt. I'm like, yes. So you can imagine what they had to go through. they didn't just have like one blister in one spot. They were
all over
the body.
all over.
He was blistering through this. So that went on. Pharaoh's still in there. He watching his people go through it. Pharaoh's going through it. He watching his people go through it. But the Most High hardened his heart so that he would be like, nah, I'm still not gonna do it. I'm still not gonna let these people go. And each time they have a different plague, you have to notice they come in, they're like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. He's like, I ain't gonna let it go. Most High like, hey, do it.
That's right. That's right.
He said, I'm gonna do it. Next one, like this. Moses like this. Hey, we about to send hell on the land. Not like actual hell, not like the place, but like people like Christianity thinks hell, but actually like the HAIL, like from the sky. So he has that come down upon the earth. It ruins their crops, their animals. Just imagine that, just constant. I can only guess they probably golf ball size. Just
man.
knocking down. I don't think they just like them itty bitty ones you just be hearing a little pellet.
Nah.
You know, the Most High come with that. He come with that heat for him.
Come with it.
Yeah, so you know it was like golf ball size.
That's crazy too, because you had just said that too, man, where you know, 9 of us died, not only us, but not our cattle and everything. All our stuff was protected. That didn't, only the Egyptians.
Right.
So what does that tell you, though? If people could really open up their hearts and minds and humble themselves, if he protected the children of Israel in that captivity, what do you think he's going to do when he sends the fire over here to modern America? Yeah. He's going to protect his children, man. Yeah, he's going to protect his children now. They won't be here when he destroy this thing, man. This brimstone is coming.
That's right. Yeah, and then like right after they had the hail, I can imagine hail going through their crops and stuff. After that, he sends locusts. I don't know if anybody knows what a locust is. So locust is a cricket. So what happens is crickets start at these little itty bitty cricket, little nymphs, they just start eating. They just eat through crops. They can eat through a whole field in a day. An acre of food just gone. And then after they come from their nymph phase, what happens? They turn to crickets. And then crickets they start eating more, and then they turn to locusts. And then at that point, they can fly. They get a whole new evolution, and they go from jumping around, but now they can fly and swarm. So now imagine hundreds on thousands of actual locusts just flying around, eating everything in sight. Man, it actually happened in
Mecca.
That happened too. Yeah, it happened in Mecca. It happened a couple of years ago. It might have been like maybe 2 years ago in Vegas. It was either a year or 2 years now. It happened in Vegas where they just got swarmed. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
People couldn't go nowhere. I don't know if anybody's ever been in Louisiana. When that time of year comes, you can't go outside. They all over the ground. They fly. You trying to pump gas and you just like swatting. It's horrible. Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I think it's one. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Can we just play a little bit?
Swarm
Go ahead.
Locusts during the holy month of Ramadan. But is this just a freak of nature or a divine intervention?
Something remarkable happened in the just concluded fast of Muslims at Mecca. Many people consider it a prophetic sign, while others think it's a miracle. I'm going to show you all the videos associated with this event. Locusts invaded Mecca, the most holiest site in Islam. This happened at the end of their holiest month, Ramadan. In this video, you can see people reacting to the inconvenience of the insect on people. It's all over the floor. It's not a good sight to behold. It is all over the place. They are moving in groups, in numbers. So what is really going on here?
You know.
This infestation. But why here? Why Mecca? Why just after the fast?
Hey, the Most High said he ain't got no respect for your food.
He was reminding them. He was oh, y'all niggas forgot, huh? Y'all forgot what I did. You know what I mean?
I thought right here for a second. Y'all trying to get big. You trying to turn the big me. Nah, I got you.
Man.
Man.
Hey, and them locusts gonna come back. You know what I mean? Revelation. Hey, them locusts will come back. You know what I mean? They're gonna be a little different though.
Yeah. Ain't gonna be a minor inconvenience like they were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be hoping for that day to pass.
John. Yeah, you speak on them in Revelation. They're a little different in Revelation. But yeah.
After that, basically, after the locusts came, they went back to Pharaoh, like, let my people go. They want to let them go still, because the Most High was still hardening Pharaoh's heart.
Mm-hmm.
And then came the one I like the most. the darkness came. Darkness came.
God, yes. Con, we brought that out a few times. When the so-called eclipse was supposed to be there, and all of that type of stuff. Everybody was in an uproar, but we brought that out. How this darkness was a different type of darkness for these for the Egyptians.
Right.
Yeah.
The darkness that could be felt.
Yeah. But it says in the household of the Israelites, they had light somehow.
Back to us being the light in the darkness. Yeah. We are the light of the world. This world full of darkness, while we're full of light.
That's right.
That's how we should be. That's how we should walk in this life, and how we should live. All right. Then after that, basically, Pharaoh said, like, we'll jump to verse 28 in chapter 10. It says,
it's the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verse number 28. And Pharaoh said unto him, get thee from me. Take heed to yourself. See my face no more. For in that day you see my face, you shall die. And Moses said, you have spoken well. I will see your face again no more.
See, Pharaoh said, I done had enough of this. He said, after that darkness, he said, I couldn't take this no more.
Yeah.
Man, he said, I surely have to go now.
Yeah.
Y'all get out of my face. You see this, you see my face again, you know something up. Man. Hey, we can I guess we can finish this out in 11.
Come. Start from the top.
From the top.
Come. Chapter 11, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, thus saith the Lord, about midnight will I go out in the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that it sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of the beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these your servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh will not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land.
The Most High said, I got a word for you to tell the people. Don't tell nobody else. He said, put it in the ears of his people.
Yeah.
He said, I'm about to kill I'm about to kill their firstborn. He said, ain't no way they're gonna want to keep you around after that happened.
Hey, but the Most High so real. I'm just gonna say real. That he said, hey, go borrow some of their clothes, some of their jewels and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, borrow that. You know what I mean? Oh, he
Yeah.
said, I'm about to do a wonderful thing, right? You know what I mean? Wow. Now the Most High could have said, hey, you gonna go out in the wilderness and I'm gonna make you find some gold in the desert. Nah, he said, take their stuff. You know what I mean? Take their stuff, you know, and then oh man, just the way that you can, if you just really get into this, you see how the Lord really, I mean, when he say he loved his people, he loved that's his son, his firstborn, hey, he can't do nothing wrong. Can't do nothing wrong. Later on, we're gonna be in the book of Numbers. He gonna tell Balaam and them, I don't see no iniquity in Jacob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My goodness. Beautiful.
Yeah, he just showed, just like you were saying, Cap. Like he showed favor right there. He said, "I'm gonna give me your stuff and give it to my children."
Right.
Give me your stuff. Like it, and they gave it to him.
Yeah.
And they said, "Go ahead."
Now, and I was going to say also, like you just said, you know, we read, I think it was 4:22 when he said, "Israel is my firstborn." He already had it in his mind. You know what I mean? Like we were saying, I'm gonna kill. I got this. I'm killing their people. I'm gonna kill all the firstborn. You know, even the animals. He said, even the servant that's grinding meal. Meaning, you know, and I, you know, people will say, hey, there were other nations in Israel in servitude as well. Either way, the Lord said, I'm killing their people too, the firstborn of their people too. You know, but the children of Israel, he giving them like you said, he giving them the cheat code.
You know, that's beautiful. Can we say that this lines up when we talk about the Egyptians right here? These are Hamites, right? So in America today, who would be Pharaoh? Who would be these Hamites?
Yeah.
So when you turn around and read, Moses said, "Thus saith the Lord," and he should kill all the firstborn. So guess what the white man children getting? It's all lining up, man.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. You can read. Yeah. I mean, it's just common sense, man. Commonality just to read it. He telling you their children's not getting away with it, man, at all. Right. And we understand this, that the modern America today is the daughter of Babylon. This is Egypt spirit. This is it, man. Right. Nothing changed. So what you're reading about, man, is prophecy going to be fulfilled. The Most High don't change, man. So, hey, they the ones that keep hardening their hearts. They keep killing us and killing us. They won't release them, won't let us go like we've been reading. They keep hardening their heart. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, I don't know how they reading it. I don't know how people read it, man. But go ahead, guys. This is beautiful.
Good point. They won't let us go. Let me get that script real quick. What is that? Isaiah, all the taken captives wouldn't let them go. No, that is Ezekiel 50 and 33. Let me get that. Let me get that. But yeah, that's a good analogy. I mean, you know, same thing. They refuse to let us go. They're treating us the same thing. And like you said, their kids had to get killed. What you think the Most High gonna do again? Now the Most High, did he have to kill their kids? No, he didn't even have to harden Pharaoh's heart. He could have said, "Oh, I'm gonna make him let y'all go after the plague of darkness." You know what I mean? But the Lord picked a fight with him. He said, "Hey, the Lord wanted to kill him." Yep. You know what I mean? What you think he gonna do to the so-called your Edomite? You know what I mean? So-called white man, your neighborhood white man, and these people that's doing us the same way.
Ain't
no blessing for you.
That's right.
You know, so them people that's you know, it be some Israelites, so-called Israelites that don't believe that the Lord is going to do this type of stuff to the so-called white man and these other nations. But look at his rap sheet. Look at what he don't change. Look what he did in the past.
Right. This is a future event for his people, for him and his people. So get ready for it. I mean, the Most High ain't forgot about you, baby.
Yeah. So you believe that we the Israelites, you know we in captivity. So like you said, who would be Pharaoh and who would be the Egyptians?
Come on.
Because that's what the Lord gonna do. If we getting out of here, you know we the Israelites, we getting out of captivity. You know, and I'm speaking to you brothers and sisters that know we the Israelites, so-called, but still say that the so-called white man and the Chinese man, they can be saved and all that. Look what the Lord did back then. He don't change. You know he don't change.
Right. That's right. That's right.
He had smoke for the enemy.
Huh.
It was on sight.
Man. Hey, the Lord, hey, he plotting on them too. Man.
Yeah. He said, don't let them know. I've been telling you everything else what to tell them is gonna happen, but don't let them know about this.
Right,
These are the people there.
Man. God, let me get this one. It's Jeremiah 50 and 33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together." And that's what we are. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, not just in the first Egypt, but now in this last Egypt here in so-called America, North and South America, and mainly in North and South America. That's why you got the Northern Kingdom here, the Mexicans, which is Issachar, you know, the Puerto Ricans, Ephraim, you know, the tribe of Dan, etc. Then you got the so-called Negroes, the Jews, the Haitians. We all here in America, right? It says that thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. That's what they're doing here in America. It's talking about here in America, in Mystery Babylon. You know, the new Egypt. That was my point, King.
That's right. That's right.
Your point was on point. Okay. That's right. It was on point.
Okay. So I think
Hey, can I just line up with that Egyptian real quick? Let me throw this precept in out real quick. This second Ezra 15, and I start here at 11 because we asked who's Pharaoh. So it says, but I will, it says, but let me start at verse 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock of the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Future will happen to you, America, because you are Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. That's a mic drop.
God. That's a confirmation right there.
Right.
What he did before, he's gonna do it again.
Do it again. There you go.
Always. He knew the end like it's in the beginning.
That's right. He don't change. You don't gotta change.
Hey, you gonna drink that cup? I'm sorry, Jay. Right? He's
They
gotta drink it.
They're gonna drink all of it.
And for those that be of Israel that aren't Israel, hey, you got the same thing coming to you.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, it's either it's either get right or get left.
Yep.
God.
That's why we spend our time on the Shabbat to go out there and wake up our people, so that you won't be on the left hand side, that you can be on the right hand side of the Most High.
That's right. Very important.
Yeah.
So what we at chapter 12 now. The actual crux of the conversation. Did you want to go into that? You want me to?
Yeah, we can touch that so that they know what is required of us of the ordinance. Of course, we're going to be going over it at the actual Passover as well, because we want to make sure we keep it as it is spoken.
Okay. Do you want me to go over it, or do you want me to leave it?
Actually, yeah, let's leave it. Let's leave it out right here, because we've laid down the premise to the people of like why we're keeping the Passover. We've kept it over there. Now we're at 12 goes into the ordinance, and we'll say that. We'll say that.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. You know, blast from the past. You know, we meant to do this, touch on this Tuesday. Man, I got a little weak. I ain't going front. Got a little weak and said, man, I need, a little time, whatever. But all praise to the Most High that the Lord is going to put us in the right place at the right time. He's going to, give us perfect timing, you know.
That's right. That's right. He does everything in his time. And what we do is that we try to do our best to give him all praise and glory and be obedient for our time, our appointed time, so that when that time comes, he'll be like, yes, he'll say, well done, my good and faithful servant.
Come.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Hey,
Word we can ever hear. My goodness.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I never knew you. I don't want to be hit with that. Like, hey, didn't I keep my fringes on though? Like, and I went to the feast days, but you weren't in the spirit of the feast days. You weren't in the spirit of the law. You were just keeping the law like the Pharisees, just to say, I keep the law. Yeah. You wear it like a badge of honor, like yes, but you won't keep to the tenets of the law. Like it's the spirit of the law to actually love your brother, to love the Most High. You don't really love those things. You just do things just to be seen. And he know, and that's why he said, like yes, then we cast out spirits in your name, then we heal in your name, like yes, but it's like yes, but you did all those things, but guess what? You wasn't in the right spirit of it.
Right.
So I don't know who you are.
Never knew you. My goodness.
Passover's here.
It is.
Right.
All praises to the Most High, you know. One of the most holiest days, you know what I mean? Hey, man, we get to, oh, God.
It's going to be
another
nice.
celebration with our family, but we get to remember why are we doing this thing, man? What so special are people so special that the Lord killed other people for us? Later on, he gave up his son on the same day. You know, man, it's just a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful time, man.
Yeah.
You know, man, my goodness. My goodness. We celebrate the destruction of our enemies and how the Lord brought us out of slavery. Just a coincidence, we in slavery again. You know what I mean? Just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Man, my goodness.
You know what's so funny about that, Cap? They don't want to look. Now we know why Christians don't want to keep this feast day. They don't want to keep the feast days because it's soft. It ain't love.
Yeah.
Soft. It ain't ooey gooey.
Yeah.
Hey, this feast day celebrates a victory over our enemy.
Right.
The Most High came out with a gun show. He's and laid it down on them. Laid it down.
Yeah.
For his people. Not for the other nations, but for his people.
That's right. And made a difference. Made a difference between everybody too.
Yep.
You can't tell me he loved everybody and you know about the Passover and how he destroyed them and you know what I mean? Come on, man.
No, man, no sense.
Beautiful.
Hey, like you said, that new word I learned, the egregore. When you made it, you done made it up yourself. Your bear God.
That's exactly what Christianity is, man. They winging it the whole time. Egregore.
Yeah. Hey, I hope everybody enjoyed the lesson. If you have like questions or anything like that, hey, leave them in the comments.
Yeah.
And we'll get to them as soon as we can. Because hey, we want to make sure that we're all walking in attendance of the feast day. We want to make sure that you are walking through it. You don't have any questions on it. And if you do, that we'll be able to provide you with the answer.
Okay.
Most I will.
Okay. Hey, I enjoyed it, man. You brothers brought out some parts that I didn't see, different vantage points and truths about the Passover that I didn't get to touch. So that was beautiful. You know, just walk back through that, man. That's beautiful.
Come on.
The chief working in the background.
There we go. There we go.
The background working. Y'all be seeing. Hey, brothers be putting in time to try to make sure they take care of the flock.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we lead the flock of the Most High in spirit and truth and sincerity of heart.
And keep in mind, that's the Lord's army. It's the camp. Y'all heard the precepts that came out earlier. Got to be a part. If you want to be a part of his army, you got to join the camp.
Hey,
Why not join Knoxville?
Hey, I got a announcement. Like yes, for those who haven't RSVP'd, tonight is it. This is the deadline.
Right.
We need you. Like yes, we need you. If you're gonna come, if you wanna keep the feast days with the brothers of the trees of righteousness, we need you to hit the email address right here that Chief has up on here and put Passover 2024, put who you are and how many you bringing. That should include yourself.
Hey, that's the only way you're gonna get directions. Also,
Yeah.
So come on now, hit the Gmail. Don't fall asleep and be left out and be cut off from your people. You know you're an Israelite, but they didn't get to keep the feast day with us. Come on now.
Yeah.
Also, be on time, Israel.
Yeah.
Be on time, Baba Gashai, because we're gonna get into the ceremony and everything, and I hate for you to get there at 7:00 and we done ate the lamb and you know what I mean and done the whole ceremony and you just pulling up, you know what I mean, with your family and kids and whatever, come on now. Let's be on time, and let's get in there and get ready to have a great time in the spirit of the Most High.
That's right.
That's right, Con. Our praise.
We're gonna be there, Most High willing. So come on now, What you say, King?
It's gonna be beautiful. You don't want to miss it.
Right.
You got anything else?
I think that covers us for tonight.
All right. Hey, tonight's it. Midnight. We see that email at 12:01. We might have to pray for the Most High have some mercy,
Yeah.
He's gonna have to give us a heart of flesh.
Yeah. Con.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let me get the verse. We can close this out. Here we go. Isaiah 61 and verse 3. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified.
Con.
Praise to the Most High.
Praises, man, to the Most High. Wonderful.
All praises.
All praises, man. Stay safe, Israel.
Con. Shalom, Israel. Shout out to Brother Bill. We appreciate that, King, and all glory to the Most High. We just doing what the Spirit lead us to do, and we pray that the brothers come into the fold, and we continue to grow and build. And like Chief say, burn Knoxville down. And bring our brothers and sisters into the wedding feast, into the army of the Lord.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, look, the men the men have a brick to put in, and your ladies also. Don't it's just us men. Hey, you can be a part of the congregation too. And then email like it's I want to help out. I want to help build. Hey, we got other sisters that need other sisters. And most high willing, we have some sister classes and stuff with your ribs, and all our beautiful daughters of Zion out there can come together and learn how to bring back the Israelite culture as a woman.
That's right.
Take back our heritage,
Take it back.
Yeah. And Brother Bill, you right on this one, King. The J, there's no letter J. Hezekiah, you could confirm this one. Was it replaced with the letter Y in Hebrew? What?
No. Wait.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no letter J. What happened is that we had Y's, and then all of a sudden, grammatically it changed of using the actual Y's. They put I's, and then I's turned to J's.
All praises. Great lesson. All praises to the Most High power. You know what I mean? Let's get ready for this feast. Us coming up, baby. We just got less than 2-3 days, man. All praise to the Most High. We're gonna have a great, mighty time in the spirit. Trees of righteousness first Passover for the true Israelites in Knoxville, Tennessee. Come and join, come fellowship with your brethren. All praise to the Most High Power. My name is Captain Jehu.
All praises to the Most High, man. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I'm Chief Yamea.
And I'm Hezekiah.
And we out. Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Rise.
Shalom, Malaki.
Shalom.
Shalom.